Shalom. All praise is due to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechak Kwadash. Double honors to the elect, apostle, bishops, elders, that great millstone, that we're well. Shalom to elect Ak out there doing this work in sincerity and truth and not for vainglory in season out of season. I just want to read this right quick. Saw a video of Vocab Malone and the so-called black woman up there. You know, and they're talking their mess. As usual, everybody could be saved and all this madness. What about the Gentiles? What about, the Greeks? And, well, here's what the scriptures say. This is Acts 14, chapter 1st verse. And it came to pass in Iconium that they went both together into the synagogue of the Jews, so-called Negroes, and so spake that a great multitude both of the Jews and also of the Greeks believed. Now, you could sit up there and say, oh yeah, well, the Greeks are heathens, right? Well, yeah, the Greeks are heathen, but then you got the natural Gentiles and then you got the unnatural Gentiles. Because remember, there were Israelites, there were Jews living in Greece. Okay, that had their Greek tongue. Okay, all right. But they were what? They were the so-called Jews, so-called black men and black women. All right, that was living in Greece. Okay, all right. That's why they believed. Okay, all right. Yahweh Shai said, my sheep hear my voice. Okay, ain't no so-called white man gonna believe that the Lord is gonna what? Put them in slavery, man. Okay, all right. That he's a so-called a black man. That's for who? For you so-called black people. Now you have certain people like Putin, and they know it up there in the Vatican, and and certain other top historians know that, but they still want this kingdom to stand. They want their rulership to be forever. All right. So these Greeks that believed were Israelites. Like Yahweh Shai said, my sheep hear my voice. Okay. All right. You had the Jews that didn't believe. That didn't believe in Yahweh Shai. Okay. But the unbelieving Jews stirred up the Gentiles and made their minds evil affected against the brethren. Okay. So, I mean, it just goes to show you, man, that, you had, like, for example, when it speaks about the Grecians, right? When you read the scriptures, let's see if I can find, hold on. Let's see if I can find it. See if I still got it up here. All right. Right, yeah, I think I still got it up here. All right, still got it up here. Okay. All right. This is the book of Acts, the 6th chapter and the 1st verse. Right. And in those days, when the number of the disciples was multiplied, there arose a murmuring of the Grecians against the Hebrews, because their widows were neglected in the daily ministration. Now you say, oh yeah, these are Greeks that's murmuring against the Hebrews. So it's the white Greeks murmuring against the Hebrews, right? Right, which would be which would be the so-called Jews. I say so-called because the J didn't go come into the language into the 1500. Okay, but these would be the Jews, right? Okay, move this back over there. All right, these would be the so-called black women. All right, the Hebrews. All right, the Grecians. So us in the know, we already know what it's gonna say. Okay, Hellenistas. All right, Hellenist. All right, and the Greek is Hellenistas. Hellenist says one who imitates the manners and customs or the worship of the Greeks and use the Greek tongue. Used in the New Testament of Jews born in foreign lands and speaking Greek. So, it's like, people are stuck on stupid, but Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai is not dealing with them. All right. So every time you see Greek or Gentile, it doesn't mean that they're so-called white people. All right. If they believed in the word of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, then they're the Israelites. All right. All right. So I just want to go there. I'll bring. All right. So let's go back to where we was at. Right. So there you go. Okay. So let's go to another scripture. I think this is, what is this? Acts 17:1. Showing you there were so-called black men and black women, which were the Jews living in Greece. Okay. All right. So let's go to it. Acts 17:1. 17:1. All right. Let's see. Okay. It says, now when they had passed through Apollopolis and Apollonia, they came to Thessalonica. Now, where's Thessalonica at? That's in northern Greece. Okay? You can look it up for yourself. Where was a synagogue of the Jews? Black men, so-called black men, and so-called black women. All right? So anytime, every time you hear these Greek names, and these, they were in Athens, okay? It doesn't mean that those are white Greeks, so-called white people Greeks, all right? All right? Like I said, you got the natural Gentiles and you got the unnatural Gentiles. The natural Gentiles are actually heathen nations. The unnatural Gentiles are actually so-called black men and black women. All right. When you read this in the New Testament. Okay. So they had synagogues of the Jews in northern Greece. So that's what it is, As soon as you hear Greek or Gentile or Grecian, okay, then you automatically Uriah the Hittite or what, you automatically think those are heathen nations. Nope. If they receive the word of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, those are Israelites. If they believe, those are Israelites. Okay? Matter of fact, let me get that scripture right quick. All right, so let's go to it. This is John, the 10th chapter and the 27th verse. Okay. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. Okay. You know, so, you know, those Jews and Grecians and some Gentiles that believed on Yahweh Shai, those are so-called black men, black women. And, you know, we were all Gentiles at one time. Okay. Matter of fact, let's get. All right. This is 1 Corinthians 12:2. Ye know that ye were Gentiles, carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led. Okay. All right. So every time you hear Gentile in there, doesn't mean it's an actual heathen. Okay. All right. Okay. Some of them are Israelites and some of them are actual heathen nations. Okay. There's many, 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 many other scriptures on it. All right. So, you know, I hope you've been edified, and with that, shalom.